Okay, welcome to this week's tarot reading, which is the monthly global blessing for November 2020. I like to do these each month because 2020 has been a rough year and I want to give us something to look forward to because we see enough of what we dislike. So this one is not a pick a card reading. I will be back next week with a pick a card reading, but this one is a global blessing for all of us to be able to just look and see what we have to look forward to. Okay, so I am Seqkat from Seqkat.com, and I'm thankful and glad to have you here with me. All right, so with this reading, I just read the cards. No particular rhyme or reason. So we'll start with the theme card, the message of Oracle, and see what we get. All right, we're going to have a few theme cards here. Okay, so need and necessity. Time to ground. Share your thoughts. And a new day dawns. Now this one is in reverse, so you need to put a little extra attention on that one. Okay. All right, so with the need and necessity, things aren't always black and white as we define them. Kind of timely for those of us in the United States right now with an election coming up. So it's like, that's a card that kind of challenges what we think is right, what we think is wrong. Everything is based upon perspectives and values, and it really shines up in this type of time of, I would say year, but it's not year, it really does show up there. So that's what we've got to pause and look at. This one calls upon for us to surrender to what is in our highest alignment and highest good by spirit. So it's really good with this one to surrender to your higher self for what is in our highest alignment and good, because sometimes our ego has programming that makes us have values, or sometimes we have paradigmal perspectives that we've gained through traumas, or perspectives that we've gained through how we were raised and stuff as well. And sometimes we have to challenge those perspectives. And that can be challenging all in itself, because we identify with how we see things. We identify with our beliefs. We identify with our values. And then if we challenge our own beliefs and paradigms and values, we almost feel like we're a different person, and that's going into the unfamiliar lands that the ego doesn't like. So that is one to put in consideration. And a time to ground, that's very important. So it's really good to ground with Mother Earth. I will link for you at the end of the reading my chakra clearings, because not only cleanses all 12 of your chakras as well as your aura, it also grounds you with Mother Earth. And I will be doing one next week for the fall, so if you want to wait and see that one too, you could. So just hit the bell notification if you want to wait for that one, because I do ASMR with it, so it's going to have pretty fall leaves and what have you as well. So if you want to wait for that, you can, or you can do one now or do one then. It's up to you. Time to ground. This is just, and this is also good too with Mercury being in retrograde still. Sitting back and relaxing and looking over, especially going back to need and necessity. And Mercury retrograde is all about being retrospective, so to speak, and looking at your life. Are you doing what you want to be doing? Are you in alignment? And when you know when you're in alignment, because it feels good, it feels positive, and you know when things are a little off because they feel off. Your emotions in that way are your compass and your guide. So that's what we want to look at that way. And then with the share your thoughts. And share your thoughts, okay? Your need and necessities, your voice, your opinions, your thoughts are important and of value. So feel free to share your thoughts as well. Just for some people, if they're not accustomed to sharing their thoughts, you have to be aware that when you share your thoughts, other people can respond. And you have to be okay if the response isn't in alignment or in agreement with yours. So it's okay. Because source is all one infiniteness, consciousness as I see it. This is how I believe it is. And how I believe is source is experiencing itself in many different ways through each of us, through our unique perspectives. And it would kind of be redundant as well as boring to come here and be 7 billion people that all think alike, exactly alike, feel exactly alike, look exactly alike, do everything exactly alike. And it's so interesting how our ego really wants everybody to be just like us. But when you really think about it, no, you don't. Do you engage with everybody that looks like you, acts like exactly like you, thinks exactly like you all day long? It would just be you playing with you everywhere you go. There would be no uniqueness, no variety and flavor, so to speak. So that's something to put into thought. And then a new day dawns. So things might look scary right now because, of course, 2020 and the way things have been going, it has been looking scary. And you're being reassured by the universe. A new day dawns. A new day is coming and will fall upon us. Have faith. Don't lose hope. Okay, so that's my initial feels on those. So we'll see what the cards say for the themes. We're just gonna expand. We're gonna expand with them. So we'll get Tarot now, and then we'll clarify and expand more with the Tarot Familiar, and then we'll wrap up with an Angels and Ancestors. Okay. All right. So I'm getting some cards here. So what I'd like to do is get the row to come on out, the whole entire row, and then I'll start reading them. They want to flip? Yeah, they're flipping and jumping right back in the deck. That's interesting. But they did that twice in a row. Not that. Make that 3 times in a row. Very interesting. 4. This is really interesting. I mean, I've had to do it, but consistently. Oh, okay. And we want to jump up too. Okay. All right. And let's see if we get 1 or 2 more. Yeah. 2 more. Okay. Yes. Oh, very nice. Okay. So remember, we are looking for the blessings coming our way because we have enough of this troublesomes. I'm going to go ahead and pull some down here for now because we don't have much room. Okay. So some of us are feeling betrayed, I'm seeing here. Now just keep in mind things, global blessings to come, so hang in here as we go through the story. Okay, so some of us are feeling betrayed. And that's understandable. I'm from the United States, so you're going to hear me relate to that. I know a lot of us are feeling betrayed by Congress. I know a lot of us feel like Congress are playing political games. We pay Congress with their taxes to take care of us, and we really feel like they have failed us. And a lot of us are feeling betrayed by the government in itself. So I know a lot of us are going through that. I also am aware, too, that this pandemic and the political sides and how the politics has come into this with it being an election year on top of that. And choices having to make, wear a mask, don't wear a mask, vaccines, don't vaccine. Is COVID real? Is it not real? I know that's caused a lot of diversity and a lot of division amongst even friends and families. What decisions do we make? Even if we do agree on one aspect of it, how should we go about it? Should we send our kids to school? Should we not send our kids to school? Should we lock down? Should we not lock down? What should we do? So that's caused a lot of division, and so a lot of us may be feeling betrayed in many areas in that way because we thought people were an XYZ way more aligned with us, and we find out, okay, well, they're not. So this has been a challenge to come to understand you can love your loved ones and agree to disagree. Again, that's going back to sharing your thoughts, and we're not all exactly alike, which is also going to go back to the need and necessities of having those different perspectives. Everything's not black and white, what we thought was right, what we thought was wrong, you know, that type of thing. And loving and accepting of ourselves being an XYZ way and a loved one being an ABC way. Okay, and some of us might be mulling over some good memories and fond memories, and that's good, because with it being upright, those fond memories can raise your vibration, because you're not going into the nostalgia part of it. You're just looking upon fond memories, and let those fond memories boost you and reassure your ego that good times can come again. And as I say that is completely followed by this Sun card, and there's no beating the Sun card, guys. So that's good to see. We do have blessings coming our way. With all that is going on, it is a shake up, but with the world being shook up, and when the pieces all fall, they're going to fall in a better way. It's going to be a better alignment, working in our highest good and alignment. There have been some old ways in many different areas that haven't been working, that haven't been productive, that have been holding us back. And those are breaking apart, and it is taking a shake-up to do it, and that is going to bring us into better alignment. And that's the next card to me. This represents a lack of alignment, and that's what this is doing. All of this that we've been going through has been doing that, exactly that. So we do need to kind of hold our ground when, like, we've been feeling betrayed by others. We need to hold our ground with our own values. And it doesn't mean you have to give up your values to agree with others, to just get along for get along's sake. But you can love yourself in that area as well as them and their differences. So you want to keep that in mind, because you may not be aligned on exact thoughts on everything that was showing up in the need and necessity. And it was showing up in sharing your thoughts. But keep in mind what I said. Source didn't come here to play a sameness game. Source came here to play differences and uniquenesses, and I want to say we need to appreciate those differences, but deep down we do already appreciate those differences, because if everybody was exactly the same, looked exactly like you, acted like exactly you, thought that you would be bored out of your mind. And you do appreciate the uniqueness that different people and their different aspects offers. Also, people come in with their strengths and abilities, and this really gets into the MBTI personalities and enneagrams, because those show people's strengths. Some people have strengths over here where people are weak in that area, but then they're stronger in another area where the other person's weaker in this area. So we all come together and form the whole, so to speak. And then we can function as a whole. If everybody has the exact same weaknesses and the exact same strengths, we'd be strong in one area and weak in another. And it wouldn't be a full picture. It wouldn't be a balance. So that's what all the differences bring into. So we, deep down, we do know this, and deep down we do appreciate this. And it behooves us to bring this to our consciousness and put some focus there. So we're also being called to tune into our intuition, because this is where we know this information is with our intuition. And we are being called to do that, because this will help bring us into better peace. And that is the new journey that we are being called upon, but we may not feel so loved and supported because of all these differences and a lot of fighting that has come across. But we have to decide within ourselves, just because someone is different does not mean I have to fight them. Just because someone is different does not give me the definition I have to fight them. Let's see how we can work those differences and bring them together and bring in some type of unity. And that's the choice we have before us that we need to make. You know, do I want to keep defining, you're different, you're wrong, you're bad, I'm pushing you away, and we're not going to get along, and we're going to fight and go at it? Or can I say, okay, you're bringing in this piece of the puzzle, which will match me here in that piece of puzzle, so you're adding into my puzzle, and I'm adding into your puzzle, and we're getting a prettier, bigger puzzle that's working together for everybody. This is the choice we have to make. These are the blessings that can come from all of this. But we have to decide that. We have to choose that. And this is some of the wake up and the shake up, to respect that we are different. Yes, we came here, and if you get anything from this, we came here to be different. We did not come here to be the same. So your ego in its fear insists upon people being the same, but deep down that is not what you want. So go ahead and choose, let these differences work together and make it work correctly. Jesus used an example in the Bible. This, there are people who are Christians, people who are not Christians. I'm not saying I'm promoting a religion or not. For me, I'm just a spiritual being is how I consider myself. But he even spoke in the Bible about the body being a whole. It was like the eye doesn't tell the ear. I can't remember exact verses. I have no need of you. The eyes are part of the body that sees. The ears are the part of the body that hears. The hands are the part of the bodies that help us do things. The feet are the part of the bodies that takes us places. Our egos, in some little finite way, with our differences and all this fighting, are saying, I just want to be the ears. Or I just want to be the eyes. So all you could do is hear. All you could do is see. You can't do anything else. We need the eyes, the ears, the feet, the hands. We need the brain. We need all the parts. And we need all the parts to work together. So everybody in their differences are bringing in the whole thing. And that's how we work together. And this is what brings all of us our dreams to come true. It's right here, guys. It's right here. Everything is working in our highest good and alignment. And deciding to hear intuition where we know this, to get into an alignment, but be ourselves and share our thoughts and stop looking at everything as black and white, wrong and right. We know this, and this is what can bring us to our dreams. And this is a new day that dawns. And this is why this one's a little bit reversed, because our ego still holds onto that skewed thought. Everybody's going to be exactly the same. Everybody's going to be the ears. How are we going to see? How are we going to walk? How are we going to talk? How are we going to eat? We need to be all of our different parts. Okay, guys, so that is the mystical cat tarot. So let's see what clarifications we'll get. I'll come over here now and put these all together to give us some room for that. With the tarot familiar. Let's see what we get. Okay. Let's see if we get any more. And then I'll start reading them. Okay, very good. All right. Oh yeah, we're talking. Okay, so a lot of us, I'm sure, are feeling trapped. We're feeling trapped by bad circumstances that we dislike because, we're looking at that feeling betrayed. So we're feeling trapped in bad circumstances where things are not working for us, and we're feeling trapped that we're coming to the point of feeling aggressive. So, and that's understandably so, because especially with some of us that are suffering and doing without, because some people are not making choices that can best behoove us, because there's a lot of politics going on. I understand that. Very understandable. This also represents Capricorn. We are being invited to come into a neutral perspective and view what's going on in our life, our local life, in the global life. This is a global blessing, and see things from a higher perspective. And they say, not everything's black and white, not everything's right and wrong, or wrong and right. We've got to step into that spiritual perspective and see how things are unfolding to make the grand story better. We might be in rough chapters right now, but those rough chapters are going to bring us to the better ending, where all our dreams come true, where everything is working at our highest alignment and good. So it helps if we can get out of that story while we're in it. And I know it's really challenging to do when you're scared and Ego loves to see stability right before its eyes. I get it. I'm a Capricorn myself. I'm an earth sign. We love stability and we love to see that stability. I totally get it. And it can be challenging. And I have to work at it too. That is when you're invited to really go within, get some meditation, connect with your higher self, your angels, your guides, your power animals, your deities, whatever your choices, whatever your practices. Go within and get refortified by your spiritual help, because it will really assist you and help you. And then you can put your focus on your desires as if you have them already, and know that you can attain them. The way things have been going, we have been enabled to a disability, losing our own power. And seriously, the way the economic system has been set up for years, okay, you go get a job and you work for somebody else and you're making them rich while you're just getting by doing a job you hate to do. That's an example. We've been disabled. It's made us powerless to be completely free to share our thoughts and be who we fully really are. Maybe you want to be that artist, and that's what makes your heart sing. Maybe you want to be a teacher, and that makes your heart sing. Maybe you want to be a stay-at-home mother, and that makes your heart sing. But finances have crimped you and cringed you and made it difficult for you to do that, and that's disempowered us. The way things are getting shook up now is going to bring us into our own power. So that is what we're looking at now, that things are shaking up, and believe me, highest good in alignment to our dreams coming true, where we're living in full alignment. And we have experienced the ultimate defeat through it all, through living the way we have been living for the grandest length of time, and as well as things breaking right now to shake it up and make it better. We have done that. But the good news is this is the end of that. That is coming to an end. And it is bringing us into a new beginning where we go for that which is ideal for us. And that is one of those choices we have to make too, is making those choices that are ideal for us. What makes your heart sing? You want to move towards that instead of just putting up, getting by, and tolerating. That's not living, that's not thriving, that's just surviving. And I really do feel like 2020 is about a shake-up to get us out of that survival mode and get us into thrival mode, because we have really been dealing with a lot of our fears and nightmares, the things that we feared the most when we were going through that ultimate defeat. And it has made us feel left out in the cold and have suffered and are doing without. I mean, many of you have gone through this and really experienced it. And that is what we have to let go. We have to let go of those old ways, mourn and grief, heal that grief of those old ways. That's one of the things. Move out of that old and move into the new. And let go of the thoughts of the old, because if you stay focused on that old, you're just going to perpetuate it. We have got to start changing our focus and putting it on to the new. What do we want? What do we want? What do we want? And what we want, we have it now. Secret the magic. Create your dreams. Rhonda Byrne. Great one to help you with that. 7 of Pentacles. And then our harvest will come in. We're sowing the seeds right now for what we desire and what we will enjoy and what is in alignment with us, and harvest will come in. It's going to take a little time, but our dreams will definitely come true. That's an excellent card to wrap that one up with. Okay, so let's now take a look with the Angels and Ancestors Oracle, guys, and wrap this reading up. Oh my, what a perfect wrap up. Wow. Our oracle card is the oracle. Wait for important information. But she also reminds us people sometimes see the tarot, or people that are psychics reading energy of doom and gloom, or this is a set way, this is what the future is definitely going to bring us. Those of us that have been on this path a little bit more are more aware and understand that that is not true. There are many realities, there are many paths, and they're all available for us. And it really is up to us to choose what we experience. So this brings you back to setting your intentions. And that is the information you need to just set your intentions, write down your dream list, and write down that you're experiencing it just exactly the way you experience it, and then think about how you feel after you're experiencing your desires. Write down your new world, write down your new life. How do you want to be living your life? What do you want to be experiencing? Go all out. Use your imagination and tell yourself, everybody will completely support you. Tell yourself you've got all the money in the world. Don't let your ego's fears interrupt and destroy that for you, and create what you want. Create the oracle to tell you exactly what you want to hear, because you can have your dreams come true. But you just have to put your focus on it and create it. Science, guys, is proving how we look at things and we think about it and we feel it is how our DNA actually brings that into our reality and creates it, because it is all a frequency. Look into Greg Braden, look into Bruce Lipton, look into Joe Dispenza. They're scientifically proving it. Look into quantum physics. It is scientifically proven it. You can create exactly what you want. It's all up to you. It's all your choice. Okay, guys, great reading. These are the blessings we have to look forward to. Having our dreams come true. That's exactly what we have. And everything working up in our greatest, highest alignment and good, which is experiencing our dreams coming true. Our harvest is coming in. Okay, guys, I will see you next week with the pick a card. Shout out to all my subscribers and new subscribers. Thank you. I love you. Thank you for joining me, being with me. Thank you for those comments. And if you need a personal reading, I got links in the description box below. Until next time, much love and light.